What if Mars is not really a dead planet as we believe? What if there is something hidden under its surface, living silently for millions of years? This is not a science fiction movie or just a story, but a possibility that scientists are seriously discussing today. Mars, this mysterious red world, could be the closest place in the universe where we might find evidence of life outside Earth. For thousands of years, humans have looked at the sky and asked, are we alone? With the progress of science, this question is no longer just curiosity, but has become one of the most important questions we are trying to answer. Mars has always been at the center of this interest because it is more similar to Earth than any other planet we know. For a very long time, people believed that Mars was a completely dead planet, cold and dry with no form of life. The temperatures there are extremely harsh and can drop below minus 60 degrees. Its atmosphere is very weak and does not provide real protection from radiation coming from space. All of these factors made the idea of life on it seem almost impossible. But with the sending of space rovers and the close exploration of the surface of Mars, this picture started to change gradually. The images that were sent were not ordinary. They showed strange landscapes, long lines on the surface of the planet that look very similar to dry riverbeds on Earth. And here scientists began to ask, is it possible that Mars had water in the past? The answer came stronger than everyone expected. Yes, Mars had water, not just small amounts, but real rivers, large lakes, and maybe even huge oceans. This means that at some point in its history, Mars was a suitable environment for life, and it might have been more similar to Earth than we imagine. And it did not stop there. Recent studies have shown the presence of huge amounts of ice under the surface of Mars, some of which could be the size of entire lakes buried deep underground. This discovery is very important because the presence of water, even in the form of ice, opens the door to possibilities again. Water is not just a normal element, but it is the foundation of life as we know it. All living things on Earth, from the smallest microorganisms to the most complex creatures, need water to survive. So when we find evidence of water, we are not just finding a substance, but we are finding a real possibility of life. But the biggest surprise was not water, but something more mysterious. An invisible gas detected in the atmosphere of Mars, which is methane. This may sound simple, but in reality it is one of the most controversial discoveries. On Earth, most methane gas is produced by living organisms, especially bacteria that live in very harsh environments. The problem is that this gas does not stay long in the atmosphere. It disappears quickly. This means that if it is being detected, there must be a source that produces it continuously. And here comes the question that has confused scientists. What is the source of this methane on Mars? Is it natural geological activity? Or is there something else? Something alive? Scientists are not talking about alien creatures like in movies, but about a much simpler yet amazing possibility. Tiny microscopic organisms that could live under the surface of Mars in places protected from strong radiation, and in environments that may contain liquid water. If these organisms exist, they may have been living there for millions of years without anyone noticing them. Silent, hidden, but possibly the evidence we have been searching for a long time. Despite all these signs, there is still no direct proof of a life on Mars. The reason is simple. We have not yet reached the places where this life might be hiding. Most space missions focus on the surface of the planet, while studies suggest that if life exists, it is most likely in the deep underground. Reaching these depths is not easy and requires very advanced technology that is not fully available yet. But space agencies are currently working on developing new missions, aiming to drill into the surface of Mars and reach its inner layers, searching for a final answer. Mars may not be dead as we thought. It may simply be silent, hiding its secrets under its surface, waiting for someone to discover them. And maybe one day, sooner than we expect, we will find the proof that will change our understanding of life in the universe forever. And then the question will no longer be whether there is life on Mars, but the bigger question will be, are we really alone? Or has life always been closer than we thought?